Hey everyone, Phil here, and this is a follow-up video for how to further automate the mining of hot tokens on the Near Wallet game. For those of you who haven't seen the original video, I'm going to include the link down below. In the original instructions, we used the Linux command screen as a way of virtualizing and visualizing multiple claim sessions at once. However, this had a few drawbacks. Firstly, if the script crashed, you lost your session. If the machine rebooted, you also lost your session. And because of the way we handled Chrome in the script, it was using a lot of memory and CPU power on the servers. Well, now we've redesigned the script and added some support for PM2 to overcome all these issues. If we scroll down on our GitHub page, let's copy and paste the first set of quick start commands. That's going to start the installation process. As before, there are two key things to note here. Firstly, we have Python installed and it's version 3.10, and secondly, we have Chrome driver installed version 1.14. Now, if we go back to the GitHub page, scroll down to the PM2 section, there's two additional commands that are going to install the PM2 for us, including node and npm. Let's leave those running for a few seconds. Before we set up PM2, and while we're inside the hot wallet bot directory, let's set up our two accounts ready for PM2 to use. As before, we're going to run the script python3 claim.py. However, this time it won't be inside the screen session. So shall we force a claim on our first session? No. Shall we enable debugging? No. Shall we allow login by QR code? Yes. I've now prepared two things. I have my phone open at the Telegram app in the position to scan a QR code, and I've got an FTP session into my server where I can download the QR code and scan it with the app. So when I press enter to create a QR code in file 1, screenshots 1, there we go, it's generated the QR code, which I'm going to copy to my local machine. I've opened it as an image with my QR scanner and it says successfully connected. Now if I hit the enter key, okay, it confirms the QR code has been accepted. It's looking for a start button which wasn't found. It's looking for the link to open the app which it's found, and it switched to the iframe. So now it's asking for the 12 words that we received when we made the account, and I copied those in a different window. So it's now going to look to enter the seed phrase and open the app. This can take a few seconds the first time you do the script, although on future runs it will now bypass the need for this and just try to resume the session. And it started a new cycle of the claim function. Now once we reach this point, we can actually press Ctrl Z and that's going to exit for now. Unlike with the first set of instructions, we aren't leaving that session running in the background per se, and pressing Ctrl Z will return us to the command line interface. That means we can now carry on and set up the second session by once again typing python3 claim.py. So shall we force a claim on the first run? No. Shall we enable debugging? No. Shall we allow login by QR code? This time we'll go for no. When we hit enter for the second name, it should pick folder 2. So now it's going to ask for the country name as it appears in Telegram's list. I've included a link to the list in GitHub, and it's asking for the phone number that I registered with when I set up for Telegram. Type that again because I wasn't sure I got it the first time. So now it sent me a one-time password to the app, which I'm going to pop in there. As the script was progressing, I've entered the seed phrase, and as you can see, it's cycling through the commands towards the claim cycle. At this point, it's safe for us to press Ctrl and Z to exit out of the script. Now, if we come across to GitHub, we can find the commands that we need to set up the PM2 process manager. The first command is here, PM2 startup systemd. If we paste that into our session, it's going to tell us the following. If we want to set up PM2 so it comes back online every time the computer is rebooted, we need to copy and paste that script. There we go. Now, if we come back and get our next command, let's copy and paste that. Here we can see PM2, so it's talking to the process manager, start the script called claim.py. We're going to give it a session name of first wallet, and the two arguments we pass is looking folder number 1 and verbose. And verbose just means it's going to maintain a small text file to show it's working. So now I've entered that, we can see the PM2 table, and we have our session called first wallet. Then let's go back to the GitHub. We'll copy and paste the second command. With the second command, PM2 start the same script, claim.py. However, this time we're going to give the session name of second wallet, and it's going to look in folder 2 for the session that we've just set up. It's also going to maintain the little text file. There we go. Now, if we type PM2 save, that's going to save the status of the current scripts and allow us to resume those later. And of course, if we did PM2 list here, which is the next in the section, we would see the table that we've just had in front of us. So now let's reboot the server and see if this persists after we've done the reboot. That's given the server a few seconds to reboot. So now let's open our Claim Hot Wallet server. If we type again the PM2 list, we can now see that the session is correctly set up and has persisted through the machine being rebooted. Before we wrap things up, let's take a little look at this text file I was talking about. If in our window we type cd hot wallet bot, that should change us into the bot, and then cd screenshots take us into the screenshots one, and cd1. Let's have a look at the files in here, and we have nano pm2 underscore updates.txt. So these are the updates that are relevant to the first file. And if you can see in reverse order, the bottom line is the first time we started the script when we added it to PM2, and it was reporting that the next claim would be in 103 minutes. And then secondly, we can see that once we rebooted the machine, that script was ran again, then it's now waiting for 110 minutes. So it looks like our script is working just fine and reporting the number of minutes to the next claim in the PM2 updates file. So there we have it. In around 10 minutes, we've been able to download and set up the Hot Wallet Claimer repository from GitHub. We've logged into our first two accounts using Python 3 claim.py, and we've been able to set up PM2 to automatically resume our sessions in the event of power loss, script crashes, or people exiting the script. If you found this helpful, let us know in the comments below. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel, and we'll see you in the next video.